long way, but I'll walk, I guess. My feet are tired, but...
Be back by 2 o'clock.
Tell me what happened.
Ma, I promise I'll tell you all about it, but right now I just keep thinking about him. Just holding his hand and looking at his hair. Oh, just how it falls in his face like that. It hangs in his eyes.
Somebody help this lady. She's hopelessly in love.
I didn't say I was in love.
And you didn't say your eyes are brown either, but I know they're both true, and it's...
Me.
Oh, I'm serious. Okay, fine. Just tell me. Tell me what happened.
I don't know. I am so crazy about him. It's great.
Oh, I know, sweetheart. I'm so happy for you.
Well, the only thing is, we have to really keep quiet about it. No, nobody really knows that he's in town, and I think it's better that way.
What about your mom?
I especially don't know, Mom. No.
Oh, what don't we want Calla to know?
Nothing.
Yeah, I'll bet.
No, see, because Dusty was thinking about cutting her hair even shorter, like on the sides and the back.
Yeah.
Kind of like a masculine kind of
Yeah, with leaving this down here. Yeah, really have kind of hands in your eyes.
I think that you're both full of baloney. Now, tell me what the secret is.
I can't.
Oh, but I love secrets. I just love them. I won't tell anybody, I promise. My scouts.
Well, I know. I believe that you wouldn't try to, but when my mom starts
If your mother starts talking, I'll talk about haircuts. Now, tell me.
I shouldn't.
Okay, what will we talk about?
Okay, it's Simon. He's back in town.
Oh, honey, you've got a problem. I mean, ever since Ross exposed him and he disappeared at the Blue Orchid, Calla hates him more than ever.
Mama, she knows that.
She just doesn't understand.
Oh, my Lord. When Calla hears about this, she is just going to explode. No, of course not, sweetie. But also, Alexandra. I mean, I don't even want to imagine what Alexandra's going to think when she finds out.
I don't pay you to catch up on the news. I would hope you have more productive things to do.
I've already completed my morning duties, Alexandra.
Have you?
Yes.
The linen's changed, the laundry gathered up and sent. Lunch begun, dinner planned.
Yes, the servants are taking care of all of that.
Delegating responsibility is one thing, Calla. Shirking it is another.
I don't consider those chores my responsibility, Alexandra. I don't do them. I see to it they're done. Why, are you dissatisfied with the way I do my job?
No. Just so long as you don't forget that you work here.
Would you like to know how my meeting went with India the other day?
I don't see any bruises.
Well, I asked her to write out a list of all the philanthropic organizations to which the foundation is currently contributing.
And she gave them to you just like that?
Well, let's just say that I didn't leave until I got them.
Good for you.
And I also gave her your message, Alexandra. I think now she knows that you're not going to give her a moment's peace until she's out of the foundation.
And her reaction?
Less than pleased.
Hell has no fury like a woman born. Oh, excellent work, Calla.
Thank you, Alexandra. I look forward to working with her again.
I think that's a marvelous idea.
And perhaps with her successor. Do you have any idea who that might be?
No. One step at a time. The priority right now is getting rid of India.
I guess that would be Philip's decision anyway.
Yes. But not without my input.
You know, you are much more pleasant to deal with when you're being honest.
It isn't easy.
So tell me what's up.
I passed Alexander's order with flying colors.
Congratulations.
And while we're on the subject, I was wondering, do you still feel the same about my job being secure at the foundation?
That order really shook you up, huh?
Oh, no, I survived.
India, I run the foundation. It's mine. You can have that job as long as you want.
Thank you. It is nice to have someone on my side.
I bet it's a shock realizing it's me, huh?
A few months ago, maybe. Not now.
You do know why and Alex is going after you, don't you?
Oh, when hasn't she gone after me?
No. It's more than that this time. She was very badly hurt by Simon, and now she's taking it out on you. Or at least she's trying to.
Alexander wasn't the only one hurt by Simon.
I know. You were planning on marrying him a little while ago, weren't you?
I loved him. And he betrayed me.
India, that sounds simple, but I doubt it was. I mean, if Simon were all bad, he could have walked off with a third of Spaulding Enterprises. And Alex handed it to him on a silver platter. I wonder what his game really was.
All I know is that I cared for him. Odd how love doesn't quite work for me, isn't it?
You just haven't found the right man yet, India.
Oh, right. That's right. And there's always tomorrow. I'm sorry, Philip. I shouldn't be burdening you with my problems.
No, India. Believe me, I would much rather listen to them than be one of them. If I can help you in any way, I'll be glad to.
No. No, I can take care of myself.
Believe me, if anyone knows that, I do. You, No, nothing can keep you down for very long.
If there is one thing I have, my dear friend, is the von Holkheim instinct for survival. May I?
Please.
Your move, Leo.
You never have the grace or decency to mount a direct attack. No. You chip away, weaken my defenses, force me into choices I don't want to make. I see you've forked my rook and queen. Do I sacrifice my bishop or my knight? Are you going after the king, or is it the queen you really want?
I thought you liked the way I played.
I do. I don't like to lose.
We're two of a kind.
The difference is you always win.
I've learned from my mistakes. And yours.
In other words, you take constant advantage of me.
Is that your way of admitting defeat?
Never.
Aaron, here's a package for you from the United States.
Ah, let me see it. Oh, extraordinary.
She grows more beautiful every year.
I could not have imagined this woman. I think of her, I see her still as a child. How like my mother, the eyes.
May I?
Yes, of course. My India.
She's stunning.
And clever.
All this, and brains, and devotion.
She'd laugh hearing that. Don't make her a saint. India, as a baby, she had the devil in her then. You can see it in her eyes. Here, she is away at school. She was asked to leave twice. Made to once. Fiery and strong, the report said. Something about a thoroughbred she rode into the ground. And here, the two of us on safari in Kenya.
India and Alexandra. Well, I like that. My sister looks almost motherly.
My daughter almost looks pleased. India and Alexandra smiling at each other. A rare moment captured on film, believe me.
You mean they didn't get along together from the beginning?
Alexandra always thought I spoiled India. And India always felt I abandoned her for Alexandra. Had I to do it over again, I would make the same regrettable choices.
Well, don't blame yourself. They both loved you.
India, to be sure. But Alexandra, ours was a marriage of circumstance, if you will. the right thing for each of us at that time in our lives. We were never soulmates, but for a while, we were grand playmates. That was love enough for me, but it was not right for India. Sophia said it. The child needed a loving mother. What I gave her was a wicked stepmother.
But Leo, who could have known? India didn't blame you, did she?
No, she has, for some reason, always understood me as I have her. That is why our business partnership succeeds.
Embezzlement long distance demands teamwork.
Especially when the Andorra phone system is in such chaos. I have been used to the wires going dead, but it drives India wild. Patience was never her strong suit.
It can be learned.
If one has the proper teacher. Sophia, this was meant for the gold frame in my bedroom, don't you think?
Yes, Baron.
You were saying?
I taught India the lessons I knew to teach. Life has taught her also. Perhaps you can teach her even more.
Such as how to parlay $500,000 of my sister's money into $2 million of ours?
Yes, of course, but I was going deeper. Perhaps your greatest talent, Alan, is your ability to watch and wait and strike at the perfect moment. Teach India that.
What, my trade secret?
Yes, exactly.
Maybe. And maybe not.
Spiteful, vicious. Damn them. Damn them all. The Journal, Kyle Sampson and his precious wife, and especially Ross Marler.
Ross didn't have anything to do
Don't
with
you dare defend him. He investigated Simon on his own because I had tried and failed. Ross was out to show me up. He had a grand time doing it.
Ross did not act out of spite, Alexander.
That's exactly what he did. He just loved humiliating me in front of all of Springfield.
That just isn't true.
Don't contradict me. Ross Mahler is a hateful man. He's been after me for years. After all the Spauldings for what he thinks they did to him, which was no more than he deserved.
Simon is the fraud, Alexandra. Ross just
Ross used the situation for revenge. He has hated us ever since my brother Alan got in the way of his ambition and played him for the fool he is.
Ross did not mean to hurt you.
Look, I know what you're trying to do for your friend, and I will not have it. One more word, and you are fired.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Alexandra. But I do happen to have my own opinion. There was a time when I thought you valued it.
You are valuable to me. I think you have potential. But I will not tolerate this ignorant, misguided defense of Ross.
I knew you disliked him, but suddenly you hate him.
See, you remember that.
Yes, I will. If there's nothing further you require of me, I'd like to go over to the foundation.
Fine.
This portion of Guiding Light is presented by rich, delicious mountain-grown Folgers crystals and by Pringles potato chips, regular, light, rippled, cheesums, and sour cream and onion.
Lillian, look. Once Simon talks to Alexandra, everything's going to be okay.
Oh, sweetie, I just hope he has his disappearing act ready to work
He's
again.
not going to disappear. It doesn't matter what Alexandra says. He's going to stay in Springfield. He told me that.
He told a lot of people things that weren't the truth. That's why he's in all this trouble, Jessie.
But he's not lying to me.
I really wouldn't count on that if I were you. I don't want to see you get hurt, honey.
I have to get to rehearsal.
Jessie, I didn't mean to hurt.
No, if I don't go now, I'm going to be late. It's okay. I'll be back later. Bye.
All right, young lady, why didn't you help me? You know what she's heading for, don't you?
She loves him, Mama.
I don't know how she ever got involved with that magician. I mean, a woman has to be so careful when it comes to love.
Mama, you can't pick who you're going to fall in love with. I mean, somebody walks into your life and it either happens or it doesn't. You can't control it.
You couldn't be more wrong, Beth. You have to go into a serious relationship with your eyes open, or else you're only asking to be hurt.
Yeah, but if you play it too safe, you may not take those risks that you have to in order to be happy.
Yeah, and if you take the wrong risk, you know what happens? You get your heart broken every time.
But you find out that it doesn't kill you, that you survive and your life goes on, and maybe, just maybe, you might be happy again. What's going on with you, Mama?
What do you mean?
Does this have anything to do about how you feel about Hawk Shay?
Right this way, please.
Oh, excuse me, sir. I was supposed to meet a Mr. Marlar here. Hasn't he arrived yet?
He certainly has, and he's waiting for the lucky lady behind curtain number 2. Come on in!
We'll have the champagne now. Thank you.
You're crazy. You know that? You're
Sit down. You realize that if you had selected either one of the other 2 curtains, you could have won a 1986 sports car or a week's vacation in Hawaii?
But, Mrs. Matthews, I hope that you're not disappointed in the prize that you did get.
Wait a minute. Wait, Ross. We have to talk.
I'm a lawyer. All I ever do is talk. My mouth is exhausted. It needs a break, some relaxation. My mouth needs a little fun.
Wait a minute. Be serious. Come on.
I am. Lord of mercy, I've never been more serious in my life.
Oh, Ross. Oh, I just had a run-in with Alexandra.
Swell.
She's even more down on you than before because of what happened with Simon. I tried to tell her she was wrong, but
You did?
Yeah.
You defended me?
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, actually, it was more a defense of my defense of you.
I hate that. So you saved your own butt and let mine hang out to dry?
No. Well, maybe a little, but she was a mule about this, honey. She wouldn't tolerate my seeing you, not even talking about you, as long as I'm working for her.
Excuse me.
Wait a minute, where are you going?
I'm not going to have this discussion with you again.
Come on. Listen, I do not intend to lose you because of Alexandra. But neither do I intend on losing my job.
I know that this is none of my business. I mean, it never has been before. But where exactly does that leave us?
I've got a plan.
She's got a plan.
Yeah, a really good one. I mean, one that I can have my cake and eat it too.
Well, you going to let me in on it, or you're just going to surprise me?
How did you get in here?
Came in through the kitchen. You can have them back.
Leave them there. Now get out.
I know I've hurt you, and I know what you must think of me.
I said leave.
Not until you know why I claim to be a Spaulding.
Get out.
Please,
Get out
listen.
of my sight, out of this city, and this state, or I will make you sorry. Very well. There are other phones.
Alex, I want you to hear me.
I don't want to hear you. I don't want to know you're alive.
I don't expect you to forgive me or to take me back into the family.
You were never part of my family. There never was a Simon Spaulding. As far as I am concerned, you don't exist.
So, now that you've finished your novel, does this mean you'll be coming out of hibernation?
We back to my love life already?
There's no harm in you being interested. Oh, come on, Phil. If I told you about Simon, you can tell me about whomever, whatever.
The only whatever I have planned for tonight is that Samson Industrial.
Aha, Beth invited you.
Naturally, it's her show.
You know, Philip, if I were you, I would straighten this place up just a little before you brought Beth back here.
India, the show is at the Blue Orchid.
I know, I'm invited too. But after the show, you bring Beth back, have a little nightcap here, little conversation here. You never know what can happen.
India, there's nothing between me and Beth anymore. We're just friends.
Oh, come on, Philip. This is me you're talking to. Now, you couldn't get over the girl when we were married. I don't understand that now you're free, you're wasting so much time.
India, that is all in the past. And there's nothing for you to understand.
Deny it all you want, dear. We both know better.
India, I don't love Beth.
Prove it.
How?
Take her to a nice, friendly dinner. Somewhere just the two of you can go, private and romantic. If you can come back from that and tell me that you're over her, I'll buy it.
Wait a minute. Why should I be concerned whether or not you buy it? I have nothing to prove to you.
Then prove something to yourself. See you tonight.
India, wait.
When did you start competing with your sister?
Must have been the day I was born.
No wonder the two of you survived your childhood.
There was the time that she tried to drown me. Father said that only one of us could go to the theater with him. Alex went. On the other hand, there were the 3 days she spent in the wine cellar. A sobering experience.
Wild exaggerations, but wonderful stories. I suppose you then went to your father to see who he'd believe.
All I had to do was tell Father the truth. Alex would hate me for a while, and then I'd hate her. Then we'd join forces against one of Father's women. We'd be friends again, until we were enemies again.
You miss her. That's part of why you're going back.
I'm going back to Springfield to claim what is rightfully mine. All of the money and all of the power.
Little does Alexandra know that the war is not over. The enemy not dead.
By the time she begins to fight, I will have won every battle, and she'll be at my mercy.
Unless she surprises you.
I do miss her.
Castle von Halkheim. Mr. Spaulding, a call from the United States.
Oh, thank you, Sophia. Hello. Macaulay? Yes, it is. Uh-huh, I see. How much? No, that's fine, good work. Right. I'll be in touch. Whoop! Congratulate me. I am now the owner of radio station WJBR in Springfield. We're on our way.
A radio station? Why would you want that? Why not something more useful like a factory?
Because, Sophia, I want everyone in Springfield to dance to my tune.
I didn't come here expecting to be taken back. It's not what I want.
How dare you say that?
I don't understand.
From the very beginning, all you ever told me was what you didn't want. You didn't want the Spaulding money or the Spaulding business.
I didn't. Those things weren't important.
That's right. All you ever wanted was the Spaulding name. And I finally believed and gave it to you. All the while, you knew damn well that once you had the name, all those other things you didn't want would follow.
No.
The more you refused my generosity, the more I insisted you accept it. Reverse psychology, pure and simple. And because my only brother is dead, and my only son is dead, and I wanted family very much, I walked into your trap.
It wasn't a trap. And if it was one, I got caught in it. Once I knew you and started to understand you, I grew to love you. And that's when I had to bail out. I couldn't love you and lie to you.
There was never love between us, never. There was nothing.
That's not true. You know how you felt. And you can't possibly deny it.
Get out.
I was wrong to come with you come to you with my bag of tricks. But I do love you. And I always will.
Mommy, you still haven't answered me the question about you and Hawk.
There's nothing going on.
Well, that's what I mean. Why not?
Listen, this is no way for you to talk to a mother.
Mama, if you can't talk to me, who can you talk to?
There's nothing to say, Beth.
Okay, you just don't want to. All right, why? Come on, Mama, open up to me. Let me know how you're feeling.
Honey, of course I like him. It's just what I was saying to Jessie before, you know? I mean, you can't be too careful. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, oh, you don't want to risk getting hurt, and that may be true, but that's just the way it is, and it's fine with me.
Mama, it's different this time. Hawk isn't Bradley. He's a good man. And he cares about you, and I really believe he would never hurt you.
I know that, honey, but...
No buts about it, Mama. You gotta forget the past. Let it go. You gotta grab on to what you feel right now, right this moment, and go with it.
I can't.
Mama, do you trust that he cares about you? Oh, I think I know. It's making love, isn't it? Mama, you can't be afraid to give yourself to someone if you really care about them.
Beth, I don't want to get married. I'm not even thinking about it. I think you ought to go to work.
Mama,
where do you go right now?
I was talking about marriage.
Oh, no, sweetheart, I couldn't. I mean, that's not right, Beth.
Mama, if you love him, and you trust that he loves you, and it feels right in your heart, then maybe it is right. You know?
I know this is just ridiculous. I'm not going to sit here and have my daughter talk to me about the birds and the bees. And then you're probably going to start talking to me about birth control next, aren't you?
I'm sorry. Maybe I went too far. But, Mama, please just think about it.
Yeah, I suppose you gave the same lecture to Jessie a few minutes ago, didn't you? I wish you weren't always talking about sex. Now, stop it.
I'm late. Mama. Mama. I'm sorry. I have to go. I'm late. Please, just think about it, okay? I love you. I've got my sights set on another job.
Thinking of leaving, Alexandra? Oh, one small step for womankind, one giant leap for this man.
Well, not exactly, honey. I'm after India's job at the foundation.
That's good. That's splendid. I'll meet you there exactly 24 hours after hell freezes over. India's never going to let go of that job.
Well, she may not have a choice, Ross. I mean, you know that Alexandra wants her ousted, right?
Yeah.
And what Alexandra wants, she usually gets, right? Well, when India's gone, I'll just be ready and waiting.
Technically, you'd still be working for a Spaulding.
Yeah, because Philip runs the foundation, right? I mean, wouldn't it be better for us to have Philip as my boss than Alexandra?
Yes, Philip never even goes near the offices at the foundation.
Exactly.
You'd be your own boss.
Right. Of course, I'd still expect you to protect Philip's interests. We would have to meet regularly. In private. Oh, you know. Go over the books. Lunch. Dinner. Late night snacks.
Oh, you do have a head for this.
Oh, I'm fascinated by corporate affairs.
Keller, I'd love a corporate affair.
You think it'll work out?
Frankly, no. Because Philip would have to fire India, and she has his full support these days.
Well, what if I have Alexandra?
Philip wouldn't budge.
Well, India's got to slip up one of these days, and when she does, she's going to cook her own goose. I mean, I need that job. That's the next step in my career.
Well, it is the obvious way out of you being Alexandra's maid.
And it's the only way out for me and for us.
Well, do that again.
What?
Refer to the aforementioned us as us.
Us.
Yes, you may just sit down. Thank you. Would you like to order your appetizer now?
Sure, I'll have a shrimp cocktail.
Yeah, me too. Just a minute. Better make that oysters, half a dozen. On second thought, make it a baker's dozen.
You're 10 minutes late,
It won't happen again. Is my cap still in the living room?
along with the rest of your uniform,
Well, there's a few things I could talk to you about.
such as
Health benefits, vacation, retirement, and pension plan.
Alexandra didn't...
My Spaulding connection has been severed. I'd like to take your job offer if it's still there.
Welcome aboard.
Do I have to wear a tie?
A bow tie.
Oh, no.
But only when you're on duty.
All right.
Come on in, there's somebody waiting for you in the living
Well,
room.
as long as it's not Alexandra or a cop.
Hi.
Hi. You took the job.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about it. I wish I had a place to stay.
I didn't mention this before you made your decision, but there is a room over the garage you're welcome to. It's very private.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I do if I'm going to keep an eye on you.
No.
Which I am. Jesse, as far as what we were talking about earlier, why don't you try just being real nice to Mindy? It's a lot easier.
I know that. I try. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to get ready for my shoulder therapy. Please change into your uniform and be ready to leave in 15 minutes.
Well, yes, ma'am.
That's the ticket.
I just thought I'd come by and say hi before I went to rehearsal. Is that okay?
Hey, that's fine, yeah.
Well, I heard you mention Alexandra. Did you get over there?
Well, I shouldn't have bothered, because as far as she's concerned, I don't exist.
I'm sorry. I was afraid that you would leave her house and then disappear again.
No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm Sally's chauffeur, and I'm in for the long haul. And I'm not going to disappear anywhere.
Good. I'm glad.
What's wrong? Something wrong?
There's just something that I want to say to you. I just need a minute to work up some courage.
Hello.
And Alex.
Well, look, this is a surprise. How are you?
I'm fine. Listen, I'm wondering, are we still going to go to the Sampson Industrial tonight?
Of course. Jesse's invited me, and the Sampsons haven't. I love an evening in enemy territory. Why wouldn't we go?
Well, I was reading about Simon, and I didn't know whether or not you...
Don't ever mention his name to me again.
I'm sorry, you're furious. Listen, I understand.
You couldn't possibly.
And, Alex, I was inclined to believe him, and I encouraged you, too. I mean, I kept my distance from him, but I still feel angry. It must be terrible for you.
I set myself up for it. But I'll recover.
Must be like losing another brother.
Alan is the only brother I've ever had. It's just that... How could I have been so stupid?
No, you weren't stupid. You're just lonely.
Why did Alan have to leave me? I think of him more and more lately. I dream he's still alive somewhere.
You shouldn't be alone anymore, Aunt Alex.
I know that. Thank God I have you. I don't want to be the last and only Spaulding.
Oh, Aunt Alex, please don't say that.
I have to go now, darling. I'll see you tonight.
Is this satisfactory, Baron?
Ah, yes. Thank you, Sophia.
When exactly do you advise me to tell Indian about our millions? Oh, for a little while longer, I think it's best if I remain a silent partner.
Well, it's time India knew. She wouldn't tell a soul, especially not your sister.
I'd rather wait. You value my patience. Don't be angry.
With your charm and cunning, and India's brains and beauty, the two of you are a match made in heaven.
Together we should be able to raise a little hell.
Well, whatever it is, just say it.
I bet you don't even remember what you said to me at the Blue Orchid before you disappeared.
I bet I do. I said I love you.
Well, I never got a chance to answer you. I love you too.
All right.
This has been Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon South Southwest and Barney's. Jewelry by Miriam Haskell.